Alright guys, I'm going off of a shitty ass phone again, excuse the wind. So this is just pretty much an overview of my Toyota T100. It's a 97 extended cab. It's Titan Edition. It came with the inky wheels, two-tone. I need to take that gay ass sticker off. It's got the pinstripe, but then the Titan. It's all faded. Clear coat's cracking. So with this Toyota T100, Titan Edition means that it is a dealer's option. So there you go. That is the dealer painted, I guess, color code sticker. It's kind of faded. You can barely see what it is, but I mean, you can get pretty close. I do plan on getting it repainted. So a few things I got done. I got the dome light. You know, it's not blue, but it's not halogen. I got the blue floodlight, pedal light, whatever you want to call it. I got the cheap formats. I need to connect that. That's for the hood. Pop the hood. I had to take this whole dash off. Not the whole dash, but the whole bottom piece. All this because the clutch pedal assembly, okay, up in there, if you can see, I had to replace everything. The pedal, all that up in there. So I got questions on what the squeak is coming from. Your squeak is coming from this spring right here. Okay, this spring has a gasket. Let's see if I can show you. It's kind of hard to see. The spring has a gasket. Okay, you can see a little bar that's connected to the spring up there, to the middle of the spring, and then you see the two white gaskets that got white petroleum lubricant on them. So those gaskets, those little white gaskets you can see right there, they go bad. When they go bad, the spring starts to, rub on the bracket, and then it starts to eat the bracket. So my old bracket was almost completely falling apart, or completely ate through, so it could have failed any time. Another thing, lubricate that. That is a moving part. Okay. Lubricate. Make sure you get the gaskets. Check your gaskets. That's where your squeak is coming from. Those little white gaskets right there and on the other side up there. And then there's the gasket that goes in the middle of the spring. Make sure you replace that. And then you may actually have to replace the whole assembly. Another thing that would cause this assembly to kind of wear faster and make your clutch pedal funky and all that, jazz, is this firewall tends to crack because you're always pushing up against it. So there's a plate you can get, which you can't see, that goes on there to reinforce the firewall that this bracket connects to and makes everything sturdier. So I got that. So that's where your squeak's coming from. It's that spring right there, okay? That's your squeak. So make sure you get the gaskets. It's easier to just drop the whole assembly and do it, on a bench instead of trying to do it under the dash. Oh shit. So, alright, so another thing with these trucks, you can see the little rubber bushing, gasket bushing, whatever the hell's supposed to be right there, is gone. It's all ate up. So I get road noise, and when it's hot as shit outside, I get heat. When it's cold, I get cold. So that's that. So expect that to happen. I can't find that piece as far as replacement. Another thing with these trucks, and this is just common wear and tear. So that's my third handle. These handles got a plastic piece that, engages the mechanism, and that plastic piece breaks. So I replaced that one 3 times, and then the one on the passenger side twice. Let's see. The trim, that tends to go. I lost that. I don't know where that went. the antenna snapped. I mean, it's snapped on the inside. So that's that. Not a big deal. I'm planning on replacing it with a shorter one, probably from an S2000. I like the way those look. So yeah, that's the front end. So snowplow backed into me there. What I did, I don't know if you can see that. There you go. That right there is the elbow in the fender that's supposed to face backwards. That goes to the airbox. But since there's a hole here now, I just turned that elbow to the front, and now we got ram air intake. Pretty neat. So I got these all clipped off, and that's just a ground. So I got the so that's that. I am going to show you 1 second. Yeah, and it has power, electric, everything. Everything's power electric. The AC and the emblems tend to come off, so I just put it right there. It's got fading on the hood. So the engine bay is not the cleanest, I admit that. But I got a new air filter in here. The timing belt was replaced March 13th at 214,000 miles. That's the first time it's ever been replaced. So the water pump was leaking out of the weep hole, just barely. And I just initially did it to do the timing belt, but come to find out, the water pump, since I was already in there, I replaced that, and the timing belt was actually still good at 214,000 miles, but I replaced that. What else? That becomes an issue. Hasn't been in a while, but that becomes an issue. So I got the HIDs installed. It is a pain in the ass to install or replace a bulb. This washer fluid reservoir cracked on the bottom, so it doesn't hold fluid. You can see, well, no, you can't, but the elbow, is right there, and it goes in there. And then I also drilled a hole here. The reason I did that is on the highway. I was noticing when I had that elbow that it was blowing the gasket to this air filter, and it was getting, air was bypassing through the gasket. It was too much volume of air that on the freeway that the engine wasn't, taking. So I drilled that hole so it's got a pass through. So the air is always cool passing through the airbox, and the engine's only taking what it needs instead of blowing this rubber gasket on the air filter. That's that. Don't ever do this, guys. I'm missing a nut on that one. But I tried to space my hood. It was cool for a couple months, and I mean, shit. Now it's all ate up. It's cracking shit. So yeah, don't do that. That's a bad idea. But for your rattle, in my previous video that I fixed, if you look, there's a heat shield, and on that heat shield I put a hose clamp. So that heat shield rattles, and it's real bad because I like that steering column hole. I mean, you hear everything. So that heat shield rattles. So I just put a hose clamp on there and I tighten the shit out of it, and there's no more rattle. What do you think about that? I had a little itty bitty tin in here. No longer have the tin. The alternator does need to eventually get replaced. You can see it all caked up. That is an original alternator. Or no, I think it's aftermarket. I think it's been replaced before. Belts obviously brand new coolant flush when the water pump was done. These valve covers on these engines, those I think they're 10 millimeters. those that hold the valve cover on, those like to back out, and so that's what's causing the leak around the valve covers, which makes the engine look like shit. And in order to tighten them all, the intake manifold has to come off, fuel rails have to come out, everything up here just has to go. Another thing is check your hoses. So I got fuel line hoses and all kinds of, but whatever, they work for the vents or for the vacuum. So got all these hoses. I go through and I just check them every now and then. They crack. You can see that one starting to crack a little bit right there. So you just gotta due diligence, make sure that shit's right. Now you can see how it's all caked. See all that oil caked down there? So that looks worse than what it is. What that is previous owner, my father, before I bought it off him, took it to like a Jiffy Lube or some shit to get an oil change. Well, they left the old gasket from the old oil filter on and put the new oil filter on with, the new gasket. That doesn't create a good seal. It doesn't create a seal at all. Under pressure, it blew oil between the two gaskets, and that's what you get. He never cleaned it off, so it just gunked and dirt and caked up, and it just looks like ass, but it's not as bad as it looks. Another thing with these trucks, so you have this sensor for your charcoal canister, okay? This sensor right here tends to go bad. You can see it's not plugged in because it's plugged in to another one. This clip's a pain in the ass to get to or get off. So it's got a clip there. It's not exactly the same, but it came off a 4Runner. The charcoal canisters on the 4Runners are not the same. They're not the same on Tacomas. Excuse me. COVID. Same engine, but it's just a different make. Let's see. Same thing here. This sensor right here goes bad. Okay. And I did the same thing. I just got a new sensor and just connected it up. I didn't bother, And you can see it's different. It's a different type of sensor. This one has, the original one has the 2 right there. The new one has it's like a T type. So it's different, but the sensor's still the same, and it still works. Just different plumbing on it. So yeah, and if anybody knows what those 2 plugs down there do, please let me know, because I have no idea what those do. Yeah, that's just a overall of what to expect, on your Toyota T100s and 5VZFEs, all that cool stuff. So yeah, this is sir. I do have a MagnaFlow on this truck. The MagnaFlow was installed many years ago, and it's starting to get a little leak. In my old video, copyright. In the old videos, one of the old videos, I think the one I posted last night, I did the fuel filter, oil change. In the past 2 days, and yeah, that's it. I mean, it's just as you can see, the shake is very minimal. Before it was, with the old oil or the old fuel filter, it was bad. It's dirty. It is not clean by any means, but it's not filthy. This is my daily driver. It has 240,210 miles on it. So that's that. I am a smoker. I know. I don't want to hear it. But I do plan on reupholstering this whole thing. The whole dash is going to go black. The steering wheel is going black. I'm probably going to get a different steering wheel, probably out of a Lexus. Headliner's going black. Obviously that's going to go black. That's all. It's going black. Pillars black. These are going to be black. The seats are gonna get reupholstered, same color. I want them leather. I kind of like these seats. And I'm gonna have this cloth reupholstered the same as the seats. So I kind of want to put padding in here, but we'll see. This tends to go right there too. If you want to keep these looking nice, vacuum them. I mean, it's not really any material, but vacuum them. Oh, seatbelt. Yep. So that's that. It's just long enough to buckle and be comfortable, but there's no moving. I mean, once you're buckled, it's like a racing harness. You're stuck. You're pretty much stuck. So these trucks don't come with well, I think the SR5s do. I don't think the Titan's technically an SR5. It's just a dealer's option, just souped up base model. So it's a base model with all the features, but not an SR5. So it didn't come with back speakers, so I put back speakers in there. I got new front speakers. So yeah, that's a Toyota T100 for your ass. I hope I answered a few questions. I can go more depth and detail if you need me to. Just, comment section below, let me know. Like this video and subscribe to my channel for more, content on the T100, or if you have any questions about really, any vehicles. I had a Lexus LS400. If you have any questions on that, I can, address that. I had a Toyota 4Runner 96 that, if I find a picture, you guys would love that thing. It was 2-wheel drive, but it was sexy. Did a leather swap in that. Put limited badges on it. Made it look. It was OEM, but it wasn't an actual limited. But I made it look good. Had Honda Accord CB7. I dropped that on 18s with a dollar bill lip. It was just a automatic. It was a low and slow, real loud, obnoxious, but it was it was a cool little fun little get her going vehicle. First car was an Acura Legend 5-speed. I love that car. I had a EF hatchback, the LS400. I had a 4-door CB7. I think it was a special edition. Had like the white leather and shit in there. Yeah. Just like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want. Kind of running out of ideas. But that is an overview of my Toyota T100. It's always a good idea to have your little tool bag with your coolant, and you got your Lucas oil treatment stuff, and just add a little viscosity to it. And you got your cleaning shit. And, I got my Craftsman mechanic set right there in case some shit happens on the side of the road. So yeah, that's that. That is that. Oh, see how dirty that is? Yeah. So don't let it get that dirty, because you will not be able to get that dirt out. So this is gonna have to get replaced. The armrest. So that gets stuck to there. Okay, so maybe it's supposed to do that. I don't remember it ever doing that, but it doesn't bother me. It's what it is. So that's that, and you can see I've been idling, and that shifter's not even shaking. I mean, it is, but it's nothing serious. So yeah, Toyota T100 for your ass. Those are gonna be discolored. I don't get that. And then it's the same thing. You can see right here. It's all discolored and shit. That shakes around. It's a 97. It's got 240,000 miles. I mean, look at the condition it's in. It's not bad. Okay, it's not a bad vehicle. It's actually a really good vehicle. I love this truck. But those are just a few things to look out for. Those are a few things that I did to correct issues that you guys brought up in the comment section. So yeah, just drop more comments. Let me know. If you have any suggestions on how I should go about making these videos. I don't do this YouTube shit. I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for the fame. I'm in it for just to let you know. I'm in it to be a tool, a resource. That's it. So, I'm open. I check my comments every day. Well, the few comments I get, but yeah, just let me know. Just comment, subscribe, like the video, dislike the video. I hope you like the video, but at the end of the day, I'm just here to be a resource. So thank you guys. See you guys later.